Neil deGrasse Tyson is most famous for saying that he loves AI-generated Asian girls. But last night he came to me in my dream and said, "Nang, you should make an AI-powered code editor." Okay, so today we're making an AI-powered code editor that will supercharge the development process. This code editor will have knowledge of your entire code base, so you can ask it questions as if you had a code expert right next to you. It can also help you code new features and debug all automatically. This is episode 3 of the startup series, so if you guys haven't checked out the last one where I quit my job, you guys can do that, and let's head right in. Alright, so first let's take a look at what the current AI-powered code editors are doing. Making a code editor from scratch is really hard. I had to make something like this when I coded a text editor. That shit was just terrible. And so what most of the AI-powered code editors today did is just copied or forked the most popular code editor called VS Code. And they're able to do this for free because VS Code is an open sourced code base. This means that the entire code base is free for anyone to view and copy. This also means that anyone can contribute to this code base to make it better, and yeah, people do this for free. I personally contributed to open source because, I don't know, I just have a hard-on for coding, and also I just want a better product to use. And so our competitor, I can't name them by name for legal purposes because I'm gonna drag them later on in the video, but for now, let's just call them Cursor with a K. Yeah, they're a fork or a copy of VS Code. So basically, they're able to build on top of this existing code editor and only focus on the AI parts. And yeah, honestly, this is great. It just makes a lot of sense. So let's do it ourselves by forking the VS Code codebase. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. And now step 1 of our plan is to get parity or the same feature set as our competitors. So for the AI part, you guys might be thinking that we want to make another version of ChatGPT. But no, we couldn't even do that even if we wanted to. ChatGPT is what's called a foundational model like Google's Gemini and Ollama, and pretty much they have a bunch of data and PhDs sweating this out. Us, on the other hand, have no data, no PhD, and no money. And yeah, these foundational models are inevitably going to improve. I'm willing to pretty much bet on it. So we should operate one level above these LLMs. And by this, I mean integrating it within a code editor and implementing something called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Okay, I've once again tricked you guys into learning, so let's head right in. So with LLMs like ChatGPT, you're able to ask questions about public information and it can answer it just fine. For example, who's Christopher Columbus or anything like that. But what if you wanted to ask a question like, what is my Uncle Kenny's favorite food? It couldn't tell you. So this is the problem that RAG solves. It doesn't reinvent the LLM, but rather it provides the LLM with more context on whatever private data you want to give it. It can be broken down into 4 steps. First, we provide the RAG implementation with private data, like my text messages with Uncle Kenny. Then we chunk this data or break it down into smaller pieces, like sets of 100 text messages. Then we vectorize it or turn it into ones and zeros that represent this data in a multi-dimensional space. And once we have that for the entire history of chat messages, when we ask a question like, what is Uncle Kenny's favorite food? We use a math function to find the most relevant chunks of data. Like in this example, it will retrieve the chunk where Uncle Kenny says that he loves fried chicken. And yeah, with this, the LLM has context of the entire private data set and can answer any questions about it. This might seem simple, but it's actually incredibly effective and can be applied to any specific domains like your company's internal documentation, your personal healthcare plans, and in this case, whatever codebase is open in the code editor. And then you'll have a code expert by your side that you can ask questions to. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If you guys just want to remember one thing, it's that RAG implementation provides LLMs with specific non-public knowledge. Ah, shit. What a grind. But now let's get started implementing this. We also need a bunch of other features like tagging files in the chat box. And yeah, we did this on the 4-hour streams on Twitch until someone told us that our leading competitor, Cursor with a K, is just another copy of another open source project called Continue. And there's just no way. Let's get to the bottom of this. So you're telling me that the chat box is the same, the file tagging is the same, the slash commands are the same, the codebase indexing is the same, and the RAG implementation is all the exact same, but they've been charging me $20 a month when I'm unemployed? Oh hell no. I'm taking this shit personally. I could be wrong, but as far as I can tell, all they did was fork or clone the repo, make it private, and then charge $20 a month for a self-hosted service. And the craziest thing is that the open source codebase called Continue is nowhere to be found on Cursor's website or documentation. Originally, my co-founder Frying Pan and I had allocated 6 months to get parity with our competitors. But I think now we can get it a lot faster, like in a week. So what we want to do is go ahead and click fork, make some improvements, and just like that, we're sped up 6 months. Except we're gonna keep this all open source and give Continue credit, obviously. And now Pair AI is actually just really good now. I mean, I was paying for pretty much the same exact thing a month ago with my own money. If you want to see more, our entire design and codebase is fully available at trypair.ai as we're building in public. For example, there's our custom repo structure as well as our server design docs if you guys want to contribute or learn. You guys can join the waitlist for Pair AI there and also contribute to the codebase if you want to make the product better. And yeah, let me know what you think when you try it. I honestly think it's just super helpful. And so you might be thinking, Nang, this is great and all, but what if Cursor with a K just decides to make their codebase open sourced? Wouldn't that just completely and entirely obliterate your entire business? And to that I say, shit, you're actually kind of right. But listen, I don't care. If something like that happens, I might have to switch projects. Hell, I might even have to go back to getting a job. But as a result, the leading AI-powered code editor will be open sourced as a result of our efforts. And as for Continue, yeah, I really like their product and their founder is actually really cool. So yeah, go Continue. You guys should go check out their product, but it seems like their product direction is going drastically different than an AI-powered code editor, which is what we're making. And remember, this all is only step 1 for Pair AI. Right now we somewhat have parity with our competitors, but eventually we want to improve it and differentiate ourselves so that it's one day unrecognizable and also the best code editor out there. Okay, that's about it for episode 3 of the startup series. You guys should also follow me on Instagram. It's @notnang. On YouTube, I post milestones, but on Instagram, I post daily updates. And yeah, now as usual, let's just take a second to talk a bit. Okay, so the first thing is that if you want to contribute to making the best code editor out there, please consider contributing to Pair AI. Shout out to all these contributors this last month. You guys are actually just goated. I hope you guys are learning stuff and just having a good time as well. Also, shout out to this dude named Ender. He's actually just hard carrying, so yeah, shout out Ender. And last thing is, you guys already know at the end of these videos, I try to say something less ironic and somewhat inspiring, or at least try to be inspiring. So today, it's that you guys should take whatever you can out of these videos and try to use it to make your own life better. Like, I don't want you guys to just watch these videos and then just go brain rot and nap, but you guys should actually just try hard to do something that you actually want to do in life. It's kind of crazy because even if you don't realize it, with anything you do with efforts, something actually will change because of it in the world. It's like you push something in the world and something on the other end pops out. And yeah, I feel like if you don't push anything and just vegetate all day, I don't know, I think that there's better things you could do. And yeah, if you don't have something that you exactly want to do right now, or maybe you're just not prepared, well, maybe contributing to Pair AI could help with that in the meantime. And hopefully it'll help you prepare for your own thing when the time's right. Anyways, yeah, that's all for today. Oh, and last thing, I have a new goat. It's now Jensen Huang.